how did I get started in Airbnb? I ran out of money. It's not as glamorous as a lot of people think it's gonna be, but no, I was working full-time at a real estate company. I just graduated college and real life responsibilities kicked in. So I got my first apartment and there's like student loans. And I was like, oh man, like I need to figure something out. So I brainstormed. The only thing I could think was get another job. So I changed my 9 to 5 hours, where instead I worked from 8:30 to about 4 or 4:30, I can't remember. But changed that so I could get a second job working at Sprint. Yeah, I worked at Sprint Wireless in Albany at Crossgates Mall. And I worked from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. And I was tired, I was exhausted, I was miserable. And I said, there has to be another way. I'm like, this really can't be it. Like, so long story short, I ended up reading Rich Dad Poor Dad at a friend's like recommendation. And the book really changed my perspective, because it's true. It's like, we're human beings. Like, we have but so many hours in the day to work on an hourly rate. So I figured I had to like build something, right? So I tried writing a book. I tried a lot of stuff. It clearly didn't work. But then I came across Airbnb and I said, like, this seems kind of weird. I don't want any strangers in my home, you know, even before 2020 and all that. I was like, this is so weird. But then I told myself, let's be humble. Let's figure this out. Let's try it. So I took out all my either expensive or really personal items and I put them into like a little storage area in the apartment, locked it, and I tried it out for the weekends. So I rented out on weekends and I went to like my parents' house instead. So it ended up paying literally my rent and my living expenses. And I said, oh my goodness, like I think we're really onto something here. I'm like, this is not bad at all. This is more than I'm making at my jobs. So then I opened up the calendar to be booked for the entire month. So during the days of the week, like where it was rented, I would sleep in my office. I was like, listen, I rather get this money. And then in the morning I would go to the units, I would clean them up, and then I'd change, get ready, and go back to work. But yeah, so then eventually at a point I was like, okay, like sis, like you need another apartment. So I got a second unit and then I started renting it out on weekends, and pretty much the same thing happened. Same process. I rented it out on the weekends and then I started renting it out full time. And that same process happened until like the third unit. And then eventually I was like, okay, I'm gonna be a nomad. I'm gonna live in the units while they're done, design them, fix them up, like, you know, make it a home, and then go to the next place. And I just kept moving from one place to the next place to the next place. So yeah, 1 became 2, became 3, became 10. And this year my goal was 27 units. Unfortunately, with everything that's happened this year, that plan hasn't quite worked out. And we actually had to scale down some of our units, but it's just temporary. I'm just kind of recalibrating. I'm moving away from city center areas. So like New York City is not my thing anymore for Airbnb. But I'm gonna go to like more rural areas, more open areas, Poconos, Catskills, places like out west. So that's my plan. But yeah, it's pretty much how I got started. If you have any questions, let me know. But it's pretty cool. And for those who ask like how much I've made on Airbnb, I've generated about $500,000 so far. It's an industry where you make exactly what you put into it. So if you put in the work and you get all the units, it's like put in the work once and it continues generating income. It's really amazing. When it's done properly, it's a headache, don't get me wrong, but it's pretty amazing. It allows you the time to travel and do your thing, and every day you wake up and there's deposits in your account. It's amazing.